Yesterday, the 8th of 10 head coaching openings around the NFL got filled as the Cleveland Browns announced the hiring of Todd Monken. Monken joins the Browns after 3 seasons as the Ravens offensive coordinator, where he oversaw a Ravens offense that ranked second in the NFL in yards per game over those 3 seasons. It was a mixed bag of emotions reacting online to the announcement of Monken's hiring, of course. And shortly after the news was announced, Myles Garrett posted this famous meme that usually is used to express someone as tired on social media. So one can assume maybe what he was referring to. Do we think his reaction on social media from Myles Garrett, again, one of the faces of the Cleveland Browns, fair or foul? Dio?
I'd say it's foul because Myles had the opportunity to get out years ago. I believe around this time last year, there was a pretty clear declaration that he at least wanted to be out of Cleveland and wanted to be traded. They decided no. He decided to sign, rightfully so, a massive contract and got a ton of money. And so I understand the perspective of bummed, here we go again, starting over, I'm going to lose Jim Schwartz. The reality is Myles had that chance to kind of stand his ground and leave, and he decided to stay.
I think I disagree with you, Dan. I think that, Dan, it's not foul. It's fair because just because you get your money, you got your money because you do your job. Sure. You're looking for the organization to do their job. And when I'm looking at the Cleveland Browns right now, I mean, perpetual losing seasons. They've been in the playoffs twice in the last 23 years. After 2002, they've been in the playoffs in 2020 and 2023. I mean, come on, man. You're looking at the organization and some of the things that they've done and some of the decisions that they made. They're like, damn, you can't get right. Could you do something, please? I'm not going to knock him for getting the money. Not only did he get the money, what did he do? Go out on the field and all-time sack leader in a single season, 23 sacks in a season. The brother shows up. He's considered a monster, one of, if not the best defensive player in the game. He's earned his money. He deserved every penny. And what he's saying is, I'm doing my job. Damn it, will y'all do yours? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And to hire Todd Monken, you know there's some questions about him as an offensive coordinator. Even though he's pretty good, he's somebody that forgot to give Derrick Henry the ball on numerous occasions. And you're wondering whether the 60-year-old guy that's going to be 60-year-old is the right fit for this organization moving forward. He has every right to feel the way that he feels.
Maybe he feels this way, though, because Jim Schwartz didn't get the head coaching job. And now this maybe means Jim Schwartz is on his way out. Right. So he's like, all of this.
Thank you for that point, Shay.
Right? All of this makes me upset. Yeah. And so maybe there's multiple layers to the social media posts.
Because he knows they're probably going to lose Schwartz.
Exactly. And that's maybe what he's more tired about than exactly being Todd Monken as the new head coach. Coming up here on First Take.
I'm not ready for Levante David to retire. If he decides, I mean, Demario Davis already tugging on my heartstrings, playing with me. I'm not ready to see these guys leave. I'm ready for some of them to get gold jackets, though, and hopefully we'll talk about that. Let's look at some things, guys. We will, of course, be in San Francisco, Bay Area, whatever you want to call it, next week. I want to start with Drake May this morning. He's got this shoulder injury that I asked Brian Hoyer about yesterday, just at the quarterback spot. What do we need to see? What is it? We know if he's listed for limited all week, what does that mean going into next week? He said not to worry about it till next one day. One day? That would be Wednesday. Ultimately, this game will come down to Drake's ability to handle a swarming Seahawks defense. Mr. Hamilton dug into the numbers like the sick pup that he is. And this might come as a surprise to some people, but Drake has been, I'm going to get it on Twitter. Drake's been the best quarterback in the whole league this year. Under pressure. I just don't believe me? Read it and weep. Drake has thrown for the most yards, the most touchdowns of any quarterback this season when under pressure. The highest completion percentage and quarterback rating as well. The rating is actually the second highest we've seen in the entire decade that Next Gen Stats have been tracking this stuff. So, this is historically great. Exclamation point. And he's dealt with a lot of it, by the way. Drake has faced the highest volume of pressure of any quarterback not named Justin Herbert, who gets licked every 3 seconds. The part of it scares me up against the Seahawks defense is this. The O-line cannot let those Seattle pass rushers live in the backfield. The fact that Drake handles the smoke so well gives me some confidence, that's going to play huge. That being said, this Seahawks defense, the way that I've been thinking about it, they're just a little different animal. You know, the dark side might end up taking its place in history alongside the Legion of Boom, the Monsters of the Midway, the Steel Curtain. We're looking at and should enjoy a truly iconic defense, and it really is because the secondary is very special, very standout. It'll be remembered, and they're really unique. I mean, we got the rookies, we've got obviously the guys who've been on our show. I'm feeling this. The more I think about it, the more I think it'll be a low-scoring game. As we continue here, we've got Devin Witherspoon, first All-Pro nod this year, PBUs on both 3rd and 4th to shut the Rams' comeback attempt on Sunday. He's super physical. You know, Nick's getting the attention, Kobe Bryant, Julian Love. Everyone here is really reliable. Like, I feel good about them. And there's some guys that are really, I don't know, setting my expectations high for this one to get a nice little situation off of Drake May. Reek has fallen out of favor, it feels like, since last year somehow. There were rumors at the trade deadline. So look at how amazing he's been, and such a thunderbolt, too. Like, when I was at Packers training camp to end my training camp tour and they got in that brouhaha with Tucker Kraft and this defense, it was really Woolen that was the emotional heartbeat of that fight, and he's been that all season long. But in this, like, stretch to the Super Bowl, 6th lowest completion percentage in the entire league allowed. And then the formerly undrafted Josh Jobe, who's been a full-time starter and ranks 4th in the same category, as you just saw. Like, it's Stingley and then it's him, and he's just below him. So as I'm trying to wrap my head around what's going to happen, what I think the score is going to be before, you know, telling you my thoughts as you head to FanDuel each day and hopefully hang out and have some fun there. Drake and Josh McDaniels, I don't know. Like, they got to have some sort of lightsaber, good Yoda, Skywalker-y stuff happening, because this dark side might take this thing over. And it would not, if they do, it won't be pretty. It'll be real ugly, actually. Lots to talk about. Levante David on the show. Edgerrin James making his debut on Up and Adams. A true great, very, very excited to have him. A Hall of Famer. I do want to take a sec to talk about the Bills' hire, internal hire of Joe Brady. Bills fans aren't enthusiastic, and I very much commiserate with the idea that maybe bringing someone out of house would be better, because how else do you eradicate maybe even just the vibe of it, the 5 turnovers of it, like who's ultimately responsible in that? You have 5 turnovers in what should have been your road to the Super Bowl, and then you just get a promotion because of that. Like, it's all kind of funky, right? Like, I get that. But if you wanted a reason to think that this is a great thing, that this is like, this could be a good decision, and you want to trust in something, I'll present you with some numbers that might get you excited. The truth is, Joe Brady has made this team better from the moment he took over as offensive coordinator. And that does excite me. I want you to look at these numbers from the 41 games that Joe Brady's been the OC versus the 41 games before he took over. And consider the context here, too. The Bills have had the best record in the NFL since they made that switch. They averaged the 2nd most points per game over that span, most of that coming in the post-Stephon Diggs era. And if you look at that 3rd row, that pretty little 3rd row, Josh Allen's turnovers have been cut down significantly in the regular season. The offense as a whole has gone from the 3rd highest turnover rate to the 2nd best over that span. And you also consider the defense. They're still very good. They went from number 1 in the league to 10th over that span as well. So all those numbers and data to say this, despite losing an all-pro receiver and having the defense get worse, the team has won more. They have scored more since Joe Brady entered the door. And yes, Josh has been the biggest part of that for sure. He's an MVP, one of the best players in our league for sure. You can't look at those numbers I showed you and think Joe Brady didn't play some huge role in bringing that MVP level of play out of Josh Allen. And yes, like, Dable deserves some credit. Josh deserves some credit. And all parties deserve blame for what happened at the end of the season as well. But I don't know. I'm sort of excited to see those numbers bear out. Why would you not want, it's over now. You don't have any say. Wish him success. and hope that this sort of ushers in a new era and he puts a stamp on things that Bills fans can be excited about. We will be back